Hello, gorgeous soul, and welcome to this epic podcast. This is a place where you are encouraged and you have absolute freaking permission to unapologetically go after all of your dreams, all of your visions, all of your things on your vision board, like everything that your heart desires. I'm your host, Angharad, the High Vibe Babe, and I believe that we're all in this life to expand and experience our wildest dreams. If one of us can have it, then we all can. So that is the aim of this podcast. Each week I'll either be going solo or have guests with the aim to inspire, uplift you and give you the tools for you to live your most epic AF life and business possible. You can find me on Instagram with the handle @HighVibeBabe. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey beautiful babes, Angharad, High Vibe Babe. I want to talk to you about the fact that you are so fucking supernatural and how you can tell, and I want you to tap into your being. I'm not meant to be working. I was meant to be taking time off, but this download did not want to not come. It had to come through now. It absolutely had to. And this is something I speak about in Activate, my group coaching program, which is about your next level of spiritual awakening, right? Done in a safe place, which is running again in 2021. But essentially, something really profound just happened to me when I put human words on it. And the reason why I'm here sharing this is because I want you to see the supernatural within the natural things that you are experiencing. Because what we do as humans is we discredit pretty much fucking everything all of the fucking time, right? Especially when it comes to being supernatural and the things we're experiencing. We talk ourselves out of things, or we think that we as humans, we automatically compare, right? So we're automatically looking for differences between us and the next person, or, you know, us and our mentor, or, you know, you and your two friends who are in a group coaching program together or whatever. We naturally look for differences, right? This is what our brain naturally does. So what happens is, when someone tells a story about how they met their guides and they handed them a flaming sword, we're like, oh my God, that's so amazing. It's so profound. Like, they had an alien come visit them. They had like extraterrestrials. They were taken off on a warp hole. They're in a black hole. They were blah, blah, blah. All these things, right? And it sounds so fucking profound to us when we're receiving it. It sounds so profound. And because we're comparing, we're immediately thinking that we're less than, that our experience, you know, isn't worth sharing because it wasn't as cool as that, right? So basically, we hear these words, right, and we feel like it's so significantly different to us. But what I want to tell you is that the theory I use, the best way I can put human words on it to describe this is, when you close your eyes, right? Just look in front of you right now and find something, okay? So right now in front of me, I've got a lake and some mountains. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to imagine it in my head, right? Like in your mind's eye, or, you know, just a picture, you know, we can just do that in our head and you see the pictures. Now, the things you can open your eyes when you're, and it doesn't look as profound, right? It doesn't look as profound, right? But then you go and put words on it. It's like there's this landscape and this crystal clear water and all the things, right? When we go and put human words on something, firstly, that we can't really put human words on supernatural things. It would just never cut it, because the way I always try and describe it is we're trying to translate 5D into 3D with words, and human words could just never really actually cut it. But also, the fact is that when people do put human words on something, it sounds so profound. But the reality is, when we're closing our eyes, when we're imagining things, when we're having visitations, when we're seeing things, right? When you're imagining the mountain in front of you, it's not as profound as it sounds when you say it out loud. And this is the disconnect that I have seen. It's like another disease, honestly. Like, you know, like I spoke the other day about the generator disease, about how with the generator disease, about, you know, how you guys aren't tapped into your desires and stuff because your little girl was told she can't have what she wants. This is a similar sort of thing. This is another thing that cripples us so significantly. I've seen it happen so many times, and one of the reasons why I haven't myself experienced this to the extent that I see other people is because of the home that I was raised in. I was raised in a really open spiritual home, and this sort of stuff was normalized, and so I just assumed that it was normal for it to sound different than it feels, right? But anyway, what happened with me is that I was reading this book here. It's called A New Earth, Awaken to Your Life's Purpose. And he was speaking at one part about, in the book, which, you know how everything is so linked to everything? Everything is so fucking linked to everything. It's just crazy. I just went and spent a few hours by myself, like dating myself. I went to hot pools. I went and got a massage, like the most luxurious experience I've ever had in my whole entire life. Just by myself. I'm here in Queenstown just by myself. Because I get to, because I love me, because I wanted to spend some time with me. There's no one else here with me. There is no reason to come down. I don't know anyone. I am meeting up with a girlfriend who's down here, but because I realize that she is down here. But it's just about me spending time with me anyway. Side story to the side story. The side story was that I realized something so fucking massive when I tapped into my inner being today, and that's what inspired the reel that I posted about dating yourself, which is really powerful, which I'm going to share in the next round of Money Manifestation Mastery, the details, because it's not something that I want to share really publicly. But basically, I realized a massive shadow and a massive cock block, my throat chakra. The walls came down on a really massive perceived limitation for me, like the biggest one I've probably ever had. And it really, to embrace my inner child like that, and to see her and to see how she has tried to cope with my current situation was phenomenal. She has handled it so fucking well. But then when I came, I read a point in this book just before that said, if you're not familiar with the inner body awareness, close your eyes for a moment to find out, you guys do it now, and find out if there is life inside your hands. Don't ask your mind. It will say, I can't feel anything. Probably it will also say, give me something else more interesting to think about. So instead of asking your mind, go to your hands directly. And by this I mean become aware of the subtle feeling of aliveness inside them. It is there. You just have to go there with your attention and to notice it. You may get a slight tingling sensation at first, then a feeling of energy or aliveness. If you hold your attention in your hands for a while, the sense of aliveness will intensify. Some people won't even have to close their eyes. They will be able to feel their inner hands at the same time as they read this. Next, go to your feet and keep your attention there for a minute or so. And then begin to feel your hands and your feet at the same time. Then incorporate the other parts of the body, legs, arms, abdomen, chest, and so on, into that feeling until you're aware of the inner body as a global sense of aliveness. So that is what I read, and that is what I did. And what happened is I went into this massive fucking thing, which I'm going to put human words on for the sake of this, and share with you about what happened with me. And I want you to know that when I experienced this, I honestly, the reason why I'm talking about this is to document it so I don't forget about it myself, because it's so normal to me. It's so fucking normal to you. It's so normal to be supernatural. It is the most normal thing on the whole entire planet. It is the most normal thing. So as I put human words on this, if your brain automatically filters that, being like, oh, that's pretty fucking amazing, but I don't have that, blah, blah, blah. Just know, babe, that this is part of the process. This is exactly what I teach inside Activate. But what happened is, as I was feeling around my body, the first thing I felt was my hands, obviously, because it guides you to do your hands. And my hands was like so fucking powerful. And if you've been following me for a little while, you would know that I'm a healer. I have been a healer since the day I was born. The first time I healed someone, I was age 7 and saw her scars on her face like get healed in front of my eyes. It was really I was 6, but it was normal to me to see people, to converse with guides, just to pass on messages to people, to heal people, to all these things. So my hands have always been a big thing, and the lady who was massaging me today definitely had spiritual hands. So as soon as they were talking about it, I was like, oh my god, I know that feeling, because when someone touches me, especially with massages, I know if they're into Reiki, or I know if they're just like a natural healer, whether they've had formal training or not. I've never had any formal training in any way for anything ever. You don't need formal training. Anyway, and I saw like flames, like a lot of power, like the ginormous, just, I don't even know words, a lot of power. And then I went to my feet and it was like green, and I was like, I've been really called to nature and stuff, and I saw a lot and felt a lot. But anyway, what I noticed as I went through my body was that I had a disconnect in my forearms and in my stomach where my sacral chakra is. And what happened with those is they were like a black hole, like everything just got sucked out, but everything else was fine, right? Now, this forearm doesn't actually have a chakra, so I don't know particularly. Well, I do actually, based on, I do know what that's from, not that it actually has a proper label, right? But that was one of the things that surfaced for me as I was dating myself today and went to this amazing, incredible spa day today for myself and overlooked the lake and stuff in an amazing spa. But anyway, so I had the black holes and I was like, okay, so let's sort this out. So I sent healing to them in my own way. Basically, just I asked what I should do, and my guides just said, like, whatever you want. So I was like, sweet, okay. So what I did is I basically just sent intent, like when you, like if you're trying to, I don't know how to describe it another way, except if you've got a tube and you're trying to push something through, there's a blockage, you've got to push real hard. That's basically what I did. And so that's what I did from both ends, from my hand and from my arms, from my shoulders down. And it unblocked, and that was fine. And then it like sent through healing and stuff in like this massive white light, big global thing. Like it was real, like, like you see in the movies, like a lot of animation, almost like the best way I can describe it. And then in my stomach, that was a lot different, and like a bigger area. So I did that second, and once again really relates to my life, my sacral chakra, and not trusting myself, and my hate of my body that I had for such a long time in my life, right? So did that, and then I hadn't done my head yet. So then I went to my head, and what it was like this the way obviously I'm trying to put human words on this, right? But it was like, the best way I can describe it is like a beacon, like an emergency beacon. And you'd see on the movies that it's like flashing, and there'd be like a pulse, like a wave go out. Like, do you know what I mean? Like if you can imagine an animation. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Well, who is that for? And they're like, you're waiting for someone. And it's like your inner being is waiting for someone. And I was like, am I? I am? Okay. And then I surrendered to it, and this... Oh my god, it's so weird to try and book human, like if you try and describe animation, this is like literally how difficult it is. So I saw in front of me like this, I don't even know, it was the shape of like an oval, and it was a white portal essentially, and then it opened up and and then it kind of became a snake and like bit me, and then it went all the way down to my sacral chakra basically, and I went down, and my little 4-year-old self was like, are you ready? And I was like, oh yeah. I was like crying, and went on this like massive, like, have you guys seen that movie, which one is it, Interstellar, where they're like going through the black hole? It was like a wormhole, and it was like this massive journey. It was like it was like an hour, but it all happened within like 30 seconds. Like so many things happened within that, and it's like so many layers of myself and versions of myself, and so many, like, as I was pulling pieces and healing pieces across all timelines and reclaiming, and it was just phenomenal and epic and so fucking beautiful. But I nearly discredited it all. I nearly went, oh, that was cool, and just left it, because it is so normal for us to be supernatural, babe. I have had extraterrestrial guides come to my clients and have like this big thing, right? And that was a big thing, and it sounds like a big thing, and that really was a big thing. But when you're experiencing it, it's not. Like, it's really not. And this is because our inner being is used to this. This is what we're made of. It's only a facade that this 3D reality is like all we really experience, like the money in the bank, or the hair, or the conversations, or the emotions, or what clothes we're going to wear, or where we go to work, or what our family relationships are like, or what our body looks like, right? All that, it's only facade. It's only an illusion. It's only a small piece of what we are truly experiencing, right? Because our inner being has so many layers, and she is calling you deeper and deeper and deeper into her. And this is the reason why doing the shadow work and listening to our inner child and reparenting and all the work that I essentially do with my clients and all of my fucking containers, right? And the reason why I do this is because I have led myself through these things, and I become a beacon of light for you, to show you what is possible for you, to show you that there is a way, to show you that you aren't weird, that the trauma that you're facing doesn't mean X, Y, and Z. And one of the things that we often do, right, is that, oh, because I'm going through trauma, like I couldn't start a business now, or I couldn't scale my business, or I couldn't add a team member, or I can't make a rational decision to leave my partner or have another baby or anything because I'm going through this other stuff, right? But the big thing when it comes to, if you're an entrepreneur, right, is that we believe that we can't make sales when we are on holiday, or we can't make sales when we are crumbling on the ground, right? And I did a post on Facebook a couple of days ago, which basically talked about, it was a really vulnerable post for me, and I basically shared about how 2020 has been a shit show. Like an actual fucking shit show. And I crumbled so many times to such a deep level that I thought I was never going to get out of it. I didn't know how. I was afraid that going deeper and going and following where I was being led would lead to my failure, would lead to me not being able to get back up, would lead to me going down a fucking garden path and never going back, or, you know, fundamentally would change everything about me, that I couldn't go back to my business, or couldn't go back to my clients, or couldn't go back to my family, whatever it was, right? There were so many fears that me going to those depths would mean the end of life as I knew it. But what I want to tell you is that if you're feeling like this, right, which you probably are if you're here, there's an element of you that's resonating with this. In 2020, that was the theme, the inward theme of my life, honestly. So much trauma, healing, shadows. But outwardly, I had massive success. Massive financial success, massive business success, massive success within my family relationships, within my dynamics, within how I treated my body, within how I saw myself, within my clients. My clients fucking thrived so much in 2020. And it's only a facade. It's only a facade that you can't simultaneously be going through difficult things and having the time of your fucking life. I've never had the financial freedom to just fucking pop off to Queenstown with 48 hours notice and stay at an amazing place and get the most expensive massage of my whole fucking life and still be earning money and have someone to be able to have my kids and have the best of everything. I've never been able to have that. Honestly, this is what I thought I was giving up by leading myself the way I did in 2020 and in 2019. By doing the hard things, I thought I was giving this up, but I wasn't. I was being led exactly here because of it. Your evolution is... It's so much more complicated. It's so much more complicated. But it's also really simple. It's just not as simple as our human brain is telling us, right? That when we invest here, that we're not gonna, because we take, $100 out of a bank account, we've got $100 less. It doesn't work like that with the universe, right? It's about energy. There's a massive ping. There's a massive portal. There's a massive portal that you open up when you invest in yourself, your time, your money, and your energy. These are the three things that I continually do. Time, money, and energy. Investing into myself, because you are fucking worth it. And I am here now living this life because continually I learned how to invest in myself at a higher rate with those three things, not just one, not just two, but all three things. This is why I'm able to be in Queenstown. Fuck, man, if you had told me 12 months ago or 24 months ago that I would be here right now in Queenstown by myself doing this, I'd be like, you are fucking kidding me. I couldn't even make a decision about what to have for dinner or whether a friend can come over without asking my husband's permission, like, ever. Let alone go to the other fucking side of the country while he has the kids and the puppy and me stay at these amazing nice places. He has no idea. I bought a new fucking iPhone while I was down here. I bought a fucking $2,500 iPhone. He has no idea because I own my own life now. I am the leader of myself. I am the captain of my own ship. I promise you, even when the road looks like it's dark, it's not. It's fucking not. Your inner being, your supernatural version of yourself has got you so fucking hard. So hard. And our human likes and needs and deserves support. You deserve support and love. You deserve to invest in yourself, your time, your money, and your energy. That is ultimately what you're here for, is for your evolution. And to evolve, you have to invest those 3 things. If this is calling you and leading you towards working with me, I welcome you with open arms, whatever this next step looks like. Money Manifestation Mastery is launching very, very soon, which is my amazing program, which I teach you. I go very, very deep into all the topics that I've talked about today, which specifically leads you into manifesting money and what I went through in 2020. All the love. And if you are craving one-on-one mentorship with me, I know what it feels like. I know it's scary. But if your inner being is calling you, it's your choice to listen to her. I have 1 space left for 2020 with my package. In 2021 we are changing. So I invite you to check the link or to send me a message if you have any questions. But you've got this, babe. I know it feels hard. I know it does. But this is why you have the choice to invest in yourself and to hire support and to get inside a container or to hire a one-on-one coach. Because if it is me, I support you so fucking hard. You're human, your soul. If you ever want to speak to any of my one-on-one clients, what the experience has been like, just message me and I'll send you a list of people you can contact, because I under promise and over deliver. I only take on a very small amount of private clients because my energy for them is my priority, my absolute priority, my full VIP. And this is the reason why my clients succeed so much, because they step way the fuck out of their comfort zone and choose their inner being. And they choose their success and their alignment and their faith in themselves, that they fucking deserve it. You deserve to live your dreams, to see them come true, to have the support as you go through it all. And not just the support, but have the person in your corner to celebrate you so fucking hard. Because that is so important. It is so important, and it's often what we don't have in our lives. And it's one of the reasons why it can be difficult to break out of the cap that we're in, right? So working with me is a massive energetic portal to calibrate to income, to manifestation, to timelines, to passion, to desires, to abilities to see things differently and heal and move through things and just make the money and charge what you're worth, what you already know you're worth, but have confidence in charging that. And then seeing your clients flood to you and seeing their clients' success, right? It's huge. It's a massive portal. I can't wait to celebrate you, however that looks, for the rest of 2020 and into 2021, for however you're being called to listen to your inner being. Remember, you are so fucking supernatural. It's just really natural to be like that. Stop questioning yourself. Stop doubting your abilities, your intuition, your guidance, whether you're going to make it, whether it's too risky. Stop questioning it. It's all on the other side. And I can tell you from replicating that formula again and again and again, that this is why I have the life that I now do. It's because I show up and lead myself and invest the 3 things: time, money, and energy constantly. And this is where I am. I send you all the love. Bye. If you have enjoyed this episode, I would adore if you would screenshot it, chuck it up on your stories with your favorite takeaway moment, and tag me at Hi Vibe Babe on Instagram so that more people can see this and get this content and get this message out there to really shape and change and impact other people's lives. Do you desire to be around more high vibe women who really get you, who encourage you, who support you no matter what? Yeah, well, guess what? I have a place that you belong. It is called High Vibe Babes Community. It is a free Facebook group and I would love to have you in there. There are so many free trainings and epicness in this group, so please get your booty in there. It would mean the world if you would subscribe to this podcast, do the reviews, the rating, the stars, all of the things. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to chat with you on the next episode. I'm sending you all of the vibes and all of the love. Over and out from Angharad, the High Vibe Babe.